Welcome back for an exciting video. At least I hope it's going to be. Some folks have asked what I've been up to lately. I haven't produced a lot of videos. I do a lot of videos where I fix up buggies and quads, usually like GY6 quads and buggies, and sell them on for a profit. I haven't done that lately. I've been busy working on this, and I'll be honest with you, I've kind of lost my drive a little bit for that. I think we'll get back in the swing, but right now the market's a little soft on the smaller ATVs, I feel, at least in my area it is. So it just makes sense to kind of take a break from that. But while I did, I've spent my earnings and I've purchased this. This is a Maverick Trail. It's a 2023. It's a 1000cc. I've only spent the earnings I've made in my small business on this. And I just want to talk about some of the upgrades I've done to it. But first off, when I got it, it was a used model. It only had 4 hours on it, 29 miles on it. So it's like, the thing was like new. It already came with this power windshield and the top canopy with the roof. It's got the plastic roof, and then it's got the windows. They can either zip up, so you have a complete enclosure, including the back, or you can roll them down like I have done right now. It's just a little warm right now. Some of the upgrades I did. Now the trick was anybody can upgrade these things, and most people do very heavily. I tried to do it on a budget to just get the things that I feel as though I would need to take my wife out. She's expressed interest in going on some of these rides I go on, and my girl likes comfort, so we gotta treat her right. So anyway, first off I did was these Kenda tires. They are 28 9x14s. They are the same front and on the back. And of course, the spare is the same 28 9x14. And what's great about that is if any tire blows, I can use the spare on the front or the back. They're all the same. I have Rock Tricks 14-inch wheels, but I changed the offset. Now this Maverick Trail is a 50-inch wide machine. I guess if we look at it like this, you can kind of see it a little better, where it's only 50 inches wide. Well, it is stock. This one in particular is 53 and a half inches wide. And the reason why is because I went with a 4+3 offset. Okay, so that means it's 3-inch outside of where the hub is. If you look at where the hub line is, it sticks out a little bit further. And I really like the way it sets. I've taken it for rides. It feels very stable, and it makes me happy. Now, some folks on here, and I'm sure somebody's going to comment, and that's fine, but the front sway bar. Now, I've been researching it, and a lot of folks say, hey, you should disconnect the front sway bar. And what people do is they take them off. Well, I'm uncertain if I want to do that right now. So what I did is I disconnected only one side. Okay, so right here is where it would connect from here to here. Now it does rub here on extreme angles, but it's only enough you can feel it. You can't even really feel anything other than it's just kind of scratched the paint a little. Okay, but it should have one of these connecting links like right here, but it's missing on that side because I want to see if I like running it without a sway bar. My wife and I are about to do a trip, and I want to make sure that I'm happy with not running a sway bar. I don't know what type of terrain. I think if it's like a lot of roads, you're going kind of fast, I'll probably want to put that connection back on. But if not, I can just leave it off and enjoy, rock crawling or whatever it is, and have more articulation. Also, you'll notice the front of it has a Super ATV front bumper. Okay, but I also wanted to get the Can-Am corner protectors, and I wasn't sure if that would work out. Well, the jury's still out on that. In my opinion, it did work, but you got to understand, Super ATV uses 1 3/4 inch tubing. Can-Am uses 1.5 inch tubing. So you have that, and then you have some booger welds. Don't look too close at that. But you do kind of need to weld it together. Where this tapers in is where the weld is. So I had to kind of do a little gap welding. And it did work out. I mean, there's a nice line where it does not hit the body, and it will protect the body there and on the other side as well. Okay, as long as we're on looking at that, my son's idea was to put these little lights on here. This is a 2-inch LED light, okay, and it is 27 watts. Just got off of Amazon. I really like them. They're super bright, and they're hardly noticeable. They're so small, but man, they throw off a lot of light. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna light this thing up and show you what all the lights look like. Also put on rock sliders because these are Can-Am rock sliders, and you know, it does have a rather low ground clearance for a side-by-side. So if you do run into a rock or a stump or something like that, or even if the tree, you know, as you're turning, a tree could kind of rub up against the body. What is this also called? A tree kickers or rock sliders, and that should help to protect. You know, you got to use common sense, but you do your best you can. I put a strobe light up on top, and all these things I have rocker switches, so it kind of looks nice on the interior. Everything's on the switches, and the switches kind of match. There's even a switch down there, but it's all the same type of switches, okay? I don't want it looking janky. I put a open road winch, a 4,500 pound winch in the front. I know it has a Badlands sign in the front because you needed, I think it was 6 inches apart from this bolt to this bolt, and I think they give you a 4.5 inch piece that would fold, that would come out of. So I had to go with I had to get a different one. No big deal. The UTV mirror I have in there is wonderful. Okay, you can see a lot with that, and it's really important to me, and that's why I didn't want to have my spare tires. The last thing we'll talk about. I didn't want to have my spare tire where it would block my view, because I want to be able to see out of the back when I'm backing up. Now this also doubles as a bumper, because I don't have an actual bumper in the back, but I feel as though that's all I really need. If I back into something slowly, it should give me a little bit of protection, or if somebody, you know, bumps me in the back. I mean, hopefully, if it's not too hard. If it's too hard, I'm going to be messed up anyway. But that should certainly help. Now it's I got a Hornet outdoor ATV tire mount, and I gotta tell you, I cut and welded the heck out of that thing. That would have had the tire out, which my first ride I had it. It was 11.5 inches from here to here. It is now less than 5 inches from here to the tire. Okay. But if I just left it stock the way they wanted to have it, that tire would be out. Oh my goodness, probably 1.5 to 2 foot out if I left it exactly stock. But I mean, I cut so many different things. I re-drilled this hole. I had re-welded. I had cut this right here all the way down, re-welded it on. I welded this down lower, got rid of the pins that would go in there. Yeah, I can't recommend that, because it took so much fabrication. But at least it gave me something to work with. So anyway, let's see what it looks like with all the lights on. So that's a top light, strobe light. You see that from the front or the back, and of course you see the lights up on top. I also put LED lights where the standard lights will go. If not, they'd just be like regular, I don't know, what are they, halogen lights? They're kind of yellow. I don't care for that. But I will be seen going through the trails with this thing. So anyway, what I like to do at the end of my videos is offer the verse of the day. And why should this video be any different? So the verse of today is Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. You know, a lot of folks here, they're not ready to come to Christ because they're stuck doing their old thing. But here's the deal. God says, listen, I'm ready to do a new thing in your life. All you got to do is have a relationship with Jesus. All you got to do is begin your relationship with the God of the universe, and he's going to do a new thing in your life. Just like I'm doing a new thing. I was just fixing up the old buggies, and I may get back to doing that in the old quads, and I do enjoy doing that, but I needed a break. I want to do something new. And I got into this big old thing, and it's great. You know, I'm really enjoying this season. But God wants to do a new thing in your life. So I want to encourage you to come to Christ, to have a relationship with Him, even if you're stuck doing old things. You're like, oh man, God would never want to have anything to do with me. Well, listen, He sure would, and He wants to do a new thing in you. And that's what He says in His Word. So if you like what you see here, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to be doing other things. Hey, let me know. Would you like to see some trail rides on this? Some adventures on this? Would you like me to get back and fixing some of the old quads and buggies like I have, or maybe even mini bikes? Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome day.